Hey guys, TJ here and welcome back to another video. Currently, me and a few others are working on one of the biggest medieval fantasy worlds in Minecraft, including cities, villages, castles, dungeons and much more, spanning over a huge custom map consisting of over 200 million blocks. In the last building episode we took on Estrald, a cozy farming and logging village located in the Midlands. Because Last People wasn't that large and also because I haven't uploaded one for quite a while, it is time to once again go big. In today's video we are going to build the town of Greymoor, known for its grim atmosphere and many haunting stories. Because you know, it is almost Halloween after all. This build is going to include countless houses and other buildings, including workshops, merchants, as well as a famous inn, a large square including an old statue, well, and some stores, a giant Gothic style church looking over the square in the middle of the settlement, a graveyard as well as some custom fields around the village, and of course a Dracula inspired castle looking over the town from a nearby hill, which you might want to keep an eye on, because it might be up for download. Before we start, these videos take incredibly long to make, so make sure to leave a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It would make me very happy. Also, this town and castle as well as lots of other builds are already available for download on my Patreon for High Lord patrons. Link in the description. Anyway, let's get to building. We are going to start off today's episode with the planning. As I said earlier, this town was going to include many stores and merchants, a large square, tavern, as well as a giant church. Around the large square we are going to have most of the important buildings, including an alchemist, gravestone merchant, pumpkin store, as well as a tiny shop owned by the cleric of this town. Of course, the church is also going to be situated next to the square. Other parts of the settlement were going to include the tavern, smith buildings, as well as the stable area, which is going to be situated within the fields. I made a total of 2 entrances to the village, one on the southern side, which is going to lead to the graveyard and castle, and one on the northern side, which is going to be connected with a pathway leading to other nearby settlements, the latter of which is going to be surrounded by most of the custom fields. I also decided that I was going to start playing the castle as soon as I have finished the village. After hours of planning, we could finally start building the town. For this town, I went for a quite simple medieval house design, which was actually a combination of some of my other medieval house designs I have used in previous speed builds, but this time with some darker colors mixed into it to give it a more spooky vibe, as I would like to call it. While I used brighter blocks like stone bricks and spruce wood in the base, I used much darker blocks for the roof, including dark oak wood. I also wanted to use deep slate, but since I already used deep slate for the roofs in the previous episode, it felt a little bit boring to do that again. So that's why I decided to go for a mix consisting of grey wool, concrete and concrete powder instead. Greymoor is a town located in the southern part of the central Midlands, a hilly region called the Grey Heights. As one of the bigger settlements in the area, the village is especially well known in the region for its dark folklore and nightly life, which I will tell you more about later. The town is going to feature several inns, of which the most famous one is called the Dancing Duck. This is going to be the first of many notable structures in today's episode. While my idea initially was to build most of the fields much later in this video, I decided to build the first pumpkin field already to see how it would look like in contrast with the houses. And whoa, the result is absolutely amazing. Greymoor features one of the biggest squares in the region, behind those of the cities of Hamilton and Kylai. Many important locations like the famous pumpkin store, town hall, as well as the alchemist guild are present around this square. To add more variety to this area, I decided to add many different types of towers as well as market stalls to the buildings. Greymoor is one of the biggest as well as oldest settlements in the region, although not much is left from the old days. Some ruins of ancient structures can be found all around the town. Some people believe that the rest of the old settlement is still buried beneath the Greymoor Square. On the southern side, in between the town and the future castle, there is a large graveyard. While most people in the town believe the graveyard to be haunted, the sinister tomb in the center of the yard is by far the worst. No one knows who built it, and some estimates say that the tomb dates back to long before people settled here, although that has not been proven. It is told that dark creatures from another world would crawl out of the pit during new moons. Because of these tales, the inhabitants of Greymoor have multiple times tried to seal off the tomb, but to no avail. Every time the pit would soon be opened again. Who or what is responsible for this remains a mystery. The house ruling over the town is House Greyhound. While it is one of the oldest and most prominent houses in the region, it has most of the time been loyal to House Harkley and House Tavern. The Greyhounds, which are also called the Cloaked Lords, might be best known for their unique appearance. When they leave their castle, they cover themselves with large grey cloaks because the sun burns their skin. This weird condition is also known as the Curse of the Greyhounds. Most often the family stays inside for the day and only roam the lands during the night. This evasion of daylight gives the Greyhounds a light pale skin. With most of the village finished, it was time to move to the fields. On the northern side of Greymoor you will find lots of pumpkin, vegetable and wheat fields used to feed the inhabitants as well as for trade. Especially the pumpkin export is something the town is well known for. Just as many other western settlements, Greymoor also has a jousting course, located in between the fields. This is also where you will find most of the town's stables and barns. Now that the fields are done, there was only one thing within the village left to do: the famous church. The large Gothic structure, known by the name the Old Lady, is one of the biggest in the Midlands. The people of Greymoor are very religious and believe that the sheer size of the cathedral scares away and protects them from all evil that might put their eyes on the village. As I said earlier, Greymoor is known for its nightly life. The fact that the greyhounds only come outside during the night has also affected the lifestyle of their citizens. When the sun sets, the village comes to life. With chemical lights and lanterns, the farmers, craftsmen and alchemists start their daily work. Hunters take their hounds and torches and set out for a nightly hunt. The village is so adapted to the night that on a sunny day you might not find a soul awake in the village. And there you go, the town is finished. But we are not done yet. Just as with most houses of Phytor, the greyhounds also have a royal seat, a sturdy keep located on the southwestern hill. For this keep I wanted to go for a Dracula inspired castle. My main inspirations for the structure are going to be the Corvin and Bran castles located in Romania. I really wanted to give this castle an eerie vibe, literally and figuratively looking down on the village below. I wanted the structure to be as impressive and intimidating as possible while not making it too big. Another famous folktale that originates from the town of Greymore is that of Narkins, creatures believed to be kept in the dungeons of the keep. A Narkin is a mythical creature said to be the offspring of people that are cursed. The creatures are humanoid but rather walk on all fours. They have a pale and shrivelly skin and their fingers and toes are elongated with nails that look like claws. The creatures dare not to show themselves during daytime. While there are many different assumptions of how a Narkin would exactly look like and behave, most of them indicate that they do not possess eyes or eye sockets, making them fully blind. They have giant fangs in their upper jaw and are vulnerable to sunlight, fire and loud sounds. As soon as Wellstock goes missing in the region, according to the residents, it was most likely because of a Narkin. As you can see, the castle features several different structures and towers in order to add a lot of variety to the structure. And to be honest, this might actually be one of the most fun projects I have ever worked on to this date. The curse of the greyhounds has been point of discussion by mages and alchemists alike for a very long time, yet they haven't found a proper explanation for this condition. From this, many folktales originated. One famous story indicates that the greyhounds presumably had been trying to bring the dead back to life in order to serve them as they please, a form of dark magic known as necromancy. Some of the rituals the greyhounds had performed within their keep eventually led to their demise, their curse, which would haunt the family until the end of time. The entire build, including the village as well as the castle and fields, are available to download for High Lord patrons on my Patreon, link in the description. However, if we reach 200 likes and 3000 subscribers, I will be releasing the Greymore Castle for free for 1 month after we reach the goal. Also, if you did enjoy today's speed build, then definitely be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. In the next speed build, I am going to move back to the Great Mesa region and build a fortified Mediterranean port town. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, have a very nice Halloween and see you next time. Bye bye.